Welcome back to the channel. I am so hyped up right now because we just finished Black Educators Amplified, this cohort that we just finished up on Sunday. We finished Write Your Way to Revenue and the impact is there. It's incredible. It's such an honor and a privilege to be able to serve Black women entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs in general who need to get their messaging together, because literally your messaging is everything. That's like the foundational work of everything that you do in business, because without a full fail-proof message, without a message that resonates and includes empathy and a deep connection, because humans buy from humans. In the age of AI, you still need to understand the human experience, especially in the age of AI, because there's such a shortage right now, even within like peers in the marketing realm. There's a distinct difference between people who are masters at words and strategic communications and those who just try to use chat GPT to do things in their business, and it doesn't always pan out. And so I'm so excited for those who just graduated the program and for those who finished Write Your Way to Revenue. It's phenomenal. Now with Write Your Way to Revenue, that was the last one actually, and so I will never offer that again. But you can work with us inside of the next cohort of Black Educators Amplified when it becomes open. Just check out the link in the description so you can learn more about that. Today, I just have a simple, quick message for you. Super simple for you to get a quick win. Sit down, take your journal out, and this is one exercise I have them do early on. Take your journal out and figure out what your mission is in business, okay? Not what your friends think your mission should be, not what you see other people doing because you don't want to copy other people. Really sit and figure out what you're called to do and figure out the impact that you will be able to have, and see where you can envision yourself in the next year or 2 years. Whether you want to live in Africa, Costa Rica, Asia, wherever you want to live, your expertise in education, your expertise in finance, your expertise in whatever it is going to take you to where you want to be in life. That's just what it is. It was raining a little bit. Let me come back under this little porch. That's just what it is. You're going to have to stand up and be comfortable being on camera as well. That's something that they worked on when they worked with my husband inside the video marketing module, because as you can see, we show up on video all the time. And that's how we build our companies. That's how we build our businesses. We are in the age of social media. And so I want you to actually think back in the days where, I know y'all remember, or you may have heard it, like back in the days, you would have people go door to door knocking to sell their products, right? Nobody does that anymore. Nobody's going to do that. And if they do that, they're drastically outdated and probably not making enough sales in their business. And so instead, we have social media where people can connect with other people and come into community to talk about who they are, what their experience is in, and then how they can help someone transform to the next level. That's like the new age of marketing, business development, communications, and all of that. So no more you just going door to door, knocking on strangers' doors, doing mass marketing campaigns. All that stuff is out the door. Everything we do, we want it to be done with intention. We want it to be done with humane marketing, ethical marketing, and stories and connection, which we thrive at as African people. We are so amazing at storytelling. It doesn't come very difficult for us, and so you might as well tap into that. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to let you see a few minutes that we had on Sunday inside of Black Educators Amplified. I'm gonna let you see a few minutes. Watch to the end of the video and you're gonna see it. It's phenomenal. It was just a perfect, incredible moment. And if you want that moment to be for you in the next month or so, go ahead and check out the link in the description. To get started is $550 month one, and then month two is $550 as well. And so it's an 8-week group coaching incubated program where I work with you at a high level. Now, typically I only offer this level of service to my contracted clients that pay $20K, $21K as a full 6-month package, but I found a way to condense this and to offer it to you as well so that you can start your business and take all of this creativity that's in my brain and apply it to your business so that you can then catapult your brand. I'm so proud of the work they've done. Just watch to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Shalom, shalom. About when I'm finding shows for my children, usually if I'm looking for a Bible show, I'm typing in a specific keyword and then certain YouTube channels pop up. So children, if it's up to them, they'll be watching, some kind of random Looney Tunes thing. So it's going to usually be the parents that are entering that search term for their
Mhm.
child.
Gotcha.
I sent you guys all of the documents and multiply your talents so that you can also download those. Are you guys able to download those?
When according to the modules.
Yes.
So I don't think I downloaded all of them, but I was able to download some, yes. I have a question, Tiffany, regarding like podcasts. Now, I started based upon my copy at my wheels got to turning, and I started to make a list of podcast topics because I knew in my mind what the topic was going to cause me to kind of like talk about within the content that I'm creating. Am I making sense?
Yes, you're good.
So I guess what I wanted to ask is, what's better? Like if I take the titles that you created, um, in order to formulate the podcast, topic, or the name of the that specific podcast, or is it better for me to just can I what am I trying to say, can I label the podcast based on my storytelling, or do I have to be specific about what this podcast is about? Because I've seen people do this different ways, and I'm getting the rhythm now that, okay, all of this is really the underlying thing that kind of pushes all this is the story. What is the story that you want to tell people? And it's fascinating because I never thought of that before. So that's what I'm kind of like, okay, so I made all of these topics based on the story that I want to tell them. And then the content is within that story. Do you follow me?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, for
Okay.
the podcast, it's always good to go generic. This is mentioned in Multiply Your Talents. I don't know if you guys got to this lesson yet,
Okay.
but it's a funnel. Like if you can imagine a triangle.
Hmm.
So up here is generic content that's good for search engine optimization. Most of the time, that's why people have podcasts, because they want to rank for a certain keyword or a certain phrase to draw traffic back to their website eventually and into their offers. And so that's like the top of funnel content. As you go through the content marketing calendar, you have more specific terminology and specific topics that may be better suited for your social media or your YouTube channel. But think of
Okay.
your podcast as a way to create this universal system to get new people to look at your business or your brand. That's how
Okay.
you should do a podcast. So for that instance, it's better to just have generic topics. You can mix it up a little bit, but to start, go generic and then dive into the specifics as you go deeper into the funnel.
Okay. And then basically that's kind of how you laid out the 3 months of content here. It's like, okay, yeah, start generic and then you get more and more specific as the months go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because then at the end of the 3 months, what you're going to do, you're going to do the same thing over, tweak some of the topics, change them for relevancy in the season, update them. You can even talk about some of the clients you start to serve and what's going on in the business. But after this 3 months, you're going to do the next thing until you reach the 6 months. That's the launch season. Like that's what launching is. You go from beginner buyer journey, people not knowing who you are, to then in the middle, people starting to subscribe, they start to like your content, to the end, they start to ask how to work with you. And if you're consistent with this, you will get people start to ask, hey, how can I work with you? How can you help me to communicate better?
Okay.
It's very useful and helpful, but it just kind of takes me time to just kind of focus, and I do appreciate your feedback even on my the launching the website. That was very helpful. So I would definitely say you have a gift.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you have like several small children, so I commend you. It's like I would not be able to focus. Like I don't have any children, and I'm looking like scatterbrain right now. So
Right.
I commend you. You definitely have a gift.
She sure does. She
Thank
sure
you so
does. I
awesome.
attended the summit. I think I emailed that to you too, Tiffany. I attended the summit last weekend, and your talk was phenomenal. So
Thank
you really
you.
know your stuff, and it comes across in how you present. So you should give yourself a big old pat on the back because that was a really great talk last week.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Hmm.
That's all. Yes, the summit was incredible. It was definitely super interesting. It will
Very, very.
definitely people that are coming to Africa now, it sets you light years ahead of us who left in like 2019, 2020, just to have all the information. So that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
AI is like the new buzz. It's probably what credit cards and cell phones were to our grandparents, right? Um, and how we
Right.
are now. So, how much of your business, because I know you have multiple streams, how much of your business would you say you use, rely, or um, yeah, use or rely on or incorporate AI?
Yeah, that's a good question. About 10 to 20%. So I use it for strategizing and researching. So as a writer, the bulk of what I do is researching. So it does cut down that time to research. But I always tell new writers when I'm in like Write Your Way to Revenue and, consulting different people on writing and storytelling, make sure that you know how to tell a story. Do not depend on AI for that because what's happening, there's like a shift in the market. So you have like the smaller businesses that maybe don't have funding that may use AI, but they're going to end up ultimately going out of business because the fact is people buy from people, humans buy from humans. Even though AI is like the next trending topic, robots don't have buying power yet. Maybe they will one day. I don't know. But as of right now, humans buy from other humans. And so I think it's important for creators, for professionals to just write their own content and take a humanized perspective on it. And so, what people are going to see with this shift is some people are going to go the route of AI and doing like chat GPT stuff, and then they're going to get burnt out. Even in the business industry, just talking to different peers, a lot of people last year that were excited about AI are now like, you know what, that thing kind of messed up my business. I don't even know how to tell a story anymore. And so they're searching for new ways to humanize their business versus the people who are like, you know what, no, I'm just going to stick to my messaging. I actually have another story about that. A client that I've been working with since December, when we started working together, one of the things she asked me during the call, and she's like a $1 million firm. She's Nigerian, but she lives in America. She has a finance firm. One of the things she asked during the call, she was like, "You don't use AI, right?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And so that's that shift I'm talking about. We have people who are established professionals. She's been in business over 10 years. And so people like that know they're not going to have an AI bot try to write their content, tell their story. Versus you'll typically find this with newer entrepreneurs, newer creators, because it's just like trending music on YouTube shorts or like Instagram, all these different trending things. Those don't necessarily generate revenue. They may go viral, maybe they're good topics to talk about on YouTube because it's trending right now. But if you want to actually build and establish a business, the whole goal is to humanize your brand.